How you doing, Sandesh here? And this is a film review for the Sam Raimi film that recently came out called Send Help. I did not know about this film until when I saw Shelter. When I went to see Shelter, I saw the poster for Send Help, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I asked them at the cinema, "What the hell is this?" And they were like, "It's Sam Raimi's new film." I never heard of it. And it stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien. I'll just say that. Sorry about that. Okay. This is gonna have spoilers. It probably might not have heavy spoilers. There will be spoilers in it, though, just so you know. It starts off on the fact that you realise that Rachel McAdams' character is like gets trampled on at her work. She's like the type of person who does all the work, and then her superiors take all the credit, and the thing is, you see that at the very beginning, and it's the case of she's the type of person who doesn't have a backbone to like actually say something and like have that self believe in herself, and when she confronts her boss, you can tell that. And she lives by herself when and you know, she talks to her little bird, and she's into survival shows, which to also to me um which also to me means that she's also watches the Discovery Channel as well. She's that sort of person. Okay, and then it comes to the point of where the new boss comes in, and the thing is, what's so funny about this is the thing is, she's talking to the new boss because what it is, the context is, the old boss who started the company that she works for, he promised her that she will have the vice president position. And the thing is, what it is, she wants to get to know the new boss, and which is understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. And the thing is, what it is, they're talking. The new boss is talking with Rachel McAdams, and what it is, all of a sudden he just spots, because she's been eating a tuna fish sandwich, and for some reason I thought this was horrible. I don't know why the hell her character did this. She got the sandwich. When she took a few bites out of it, she put the sandwich right in her drawer. She didn't put it in like a plastic bag or nothing. She just put the actual fucking sandwich back in there. And what it is, she's talking, and she's got like a bit of tune in the right there. And what I love about it is he's focused right there on the bit of tuna fish that's right there. What I don't understand is, yeah, why didn't he say to it? Why didn't he say, "Excuse me, you got a little bit right there"? He could have just said that right there. But what the fact that he didn't, it shows you the type of fucking arsehole he is. And then the thing is, he's all about his mates. He wants to give his mates the higher positions. That's a sort of person he is. He doesn't really give a shit about the company. You can really clearly tell. And oh, by the way, Haysbert is in this. He's only in it a tiny bit. And Dylan O'Brien, right? He's the thing is, he's talking to him, but then all of a sudden he sees like tuna fish on his fucking hand, and then he's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck is that?" And then he says to the tennis headbird, he says to him, "Smell it," and then he's like, "No, I don't want to smell it," which I don't blame him, and he's like, "No, smell it," and he smells it, and he's like, and the thing is, Dennis Haysbert tells him it's tuna fish, and then he's like, "It's fucking hurt, the fucking bitch." Jesus Christ. And because you can clearly tell he's a fucking Nepo baby. And what it is, um, and Rachel McAdams ends up finding out from the woman that's and behind her, who's also doing her work, that the fact that the vice president role has already been chosen, and she's like typing up the company wide email, and she's like obviously pissed about it, and I don't blame her. And then she goes to talk to him about why the hell isn't this why the hell didn't I get it? And then he says to her, she's not a people person, which is true. He's not wrong. The new boss is not wrong. She's not a people person, but also on the fact of You know, like she has like for example, you know, when she had that bit of tuna there, and she has like food stuck in her teeth. So the thing is, I can at that point, I saw what he meant, because obviously when it comes to big companies like that, obviously image is important, and I'm sure, and obviously because I'm sure you've seen this film, right? The clothes that she wears is clearly not office appropriate. Let's say she doesn't wear a suit to work, which I don't know why. And then the shoes that she wears is like, why are you wearing those shoes for? You're clearly not impressing your boss. Is like, you know, make an effort. And but I did feel bad for her. I really did feel bad for her, because obviously she's a hard worker, and she's like the type of person that carries the company, and she's just like downtrodden. And what it is, he says to her, "I'll tell you what, we're going on a trip, we're going on a trip to Bangkok. We'll And then the thing is, you prove me wrong." And she's like, "Okay," and then she's like on the verge of crying, and then what happens is, this is she does herself no favors there. They're at the hangar, waiting for the plane, right? She shows up, and then she starts saying, "Hey guys, who's ready for the trip?" And then they're just looking at her like, "What a fucking loser, man." And I don't blame them for saying that, because it's like, man, your personality, you need to really work on it, man. You can't be like happy-go-lucky and shit sometimes, man. Just like, you're gonna pick and choose when to use it. And then basically, what it is, and then they're on the plane, on the way to Thailand, um, and she's doing her work on her laptop. They're over there, and they're talking about fucking golf or something, because the boss likes golf, and what it is, um, and since she likes some survival shows. One of them fucking sees her audition tape, and they all start fucking laughing at it. But then the thing is, that out of nowhere, the turbulence starts to happen on the plane, because of the weather, and then they all start fucking and then they all start fucking screaming, right? And then one of them grabs her foot, and he's like, give me your fucking chair," and she's like, "What the fuck, man?" And then it's it was really good. That part was the playing part on where it's like breaking apart, and obviously then the next thing you know, she's washed ashore, she's woken up, and then she walks, and then she finds her boss there, and this is where you see the real Rachel McAdams, you know, as far as her character, of what she's capable of in the sort of situation, one where you're stranded. And what she does is, she uses the knowledge she got from the survival shows, and I'm sure from you know, the type of programs the Discovery Channel shows. And what she does is, she sees that a storm is coming, so she makes shelter for him, temporary shelter for him, because obviously he's unconscious, and he's obviously injured. But then she also makes, because rain's gonna come, so the thing is, she makes these cups of water, and then so the thing is, she's clearly resourceful. She knows how to plan, and so basically he wakes up, and then she gives him water, and then the thing is, next thing you know, she's making fire, and it's like holy shit, she's really the type of person you should have for your company, especially in a higher role, because she knows what she's doing. And then the thing is, as the film goes on, and then the more they get to know each other, he fucking hates it there. He just wants to leave. He wants to build a fucking raft, and he wants to build a raft and get the fuck out of there, because he wants to go back to his spoilt life. That's what he wants, and he wants to get back to his wife, which obviously I don't blame him, but she wants to fucking stay there, because the thing is, she obviously hates her life, which I understand that. And this is where you see her. She's like, no, 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 I want him all to myself. No one else is gonna fucking get him. And I'm not. I know I'm missing bits out, but to me, the more as the film goes on, the more you realize she's more she's more sinister and she's more dangerous, as we realise. And there's one part where they're talking about their lives, and she talks about the fact that she used to be married, and her husband died in a accident, and he was like an alcoholic. And then the more you see the film after she's talked about that part, and then you ask yourself, okay, did her husband die of an accident, or did she kill him and obviously planned it out, because she knows how to plan shit out, because her role, I think, was strategy and planning. That was her role. And also, and then the next thing you know, um his wife shows up out of fucking nowhere when Rachel McAdams' character is like foraging for like fruit. And oh, by the way, the ball part was brilliant, and where Rachel McAdams like and killed the fucking boar, and then all the blood just fucking chucked on her. That was hilarious. And oh, and when they're eating the boar, it was fucking funny because they enjoying the meat, and then her boss says to her, "It's funny because it's funny because the thing is, now you're bringing on the bacon." I was like, "What the fuck?" It was like there was some good writing in this film, and then there was some great humor in this film. But anyway, back to the part where his wife shows up out of nowhere, and Rachel McAdams like, "Oh shit," because it's not just the wife, also the guy on the boat is with her. So the thing is, now she's like, "I'm gonna have to get rid of these two." So obviously we find out she killed them both, and he finds her hand stuck in the sand because she buried the body, because Rachel McAdams buried the bodies. And then he confronts her about it, and this is where they fucking fight. Oh, and one more thing, she he wanted to get off so much, right? So the thing is, when she told him how to forage and that, and what not to eat and what to eat, okay, he made her food, but he also put berries in there which are not edible, which he should not eat. So the thing is, it made her disorientated and just like fucked her up. And he's already got a ready-made air raft already made, and he's just like, "Fuck you." And what he doesn't understand is of the fact that, yeah, he tied it, but he didn't tie it in a way to make it like very solid. So the thing is, he gets up to a point, and then this big fucking wave comes out of nowhere and just smashes his raft. And and then the next thing you know, he's having this dream. He's sinking in the water. He's having this dream that, oh, his wife is coming. And then out of nowhere, Rachel McAdams rescues him, and she just keeps going, bleh. She's just been sick, like, I think like 3 or 4 fucking times. Oh man, it was fucking funny, that part was, man. And and then next part right after that, because what she does, she gives him food which has squid on there, but it's a particular squid which has a toxic on there, and which, like, on where you lose function in your body, and the thing is, even in his eyes, because you can't look down or nothing. And the thing is, what it is, while he's like that, but the thing is, like I said, the more as this goes on, then you realise about her character is like more deadlier than we realise. And she's like okay, and she talks about a story on the fact that I think she had to kill an animal or something. She takes his trousers off, and then she takes his boxers off. She's got a fucking knife, and it looks like, yeah, she's gonna cut his balls off. And I was in the cinema, I was thinking, oh my gosh, she's gonna kick fucking slit his balls. And the thing is, he's just like wincing, and he's just like crying, right? And the thing is, blood splatters on her face. I'm like, oh my god, she done it. And then the next thing you know, she's holding up a rat. She killed a rat, and then she just says to him, next time it won't be a rat. And anyway, further on in the film, when he finds out that Rachel McAdams did kill his woman, and then they end up fucking fighting, and it's a really good scene. They end up kicking the shit out of each other, and then the twist comes, the where earlier on in the film where Rachel McAdams was foraging, she came across this house. He saw the house also, but the thing is, he saw it well after, um, and this is where Rachel McAdams is on the security camera in the house, and she tells him like, I saw this house, and she took away all the knives. So the thing is, he can't use anything as a weapon against her. It was a brilliant twist, because the thing is, when I first saw it, I did not see that coming. I was like, wow, that was brilliant. That was. Um, and then the thing is, it comes to the part on where he comes to this room, and she shows up out of nowhere, and she's got a shotgun. And the thing is, I thought to myself, the shotgun's too obvious. I got a feeling there's no ammo in there. And then the thing is, what it is, she saw there was these two statues, when he first came in the room, not into the house, into the next room, and there were like these two horns, right? He took off one of the horns, and then you find out he's got one behind his back, and what it is, Rachel McAdams looks at the statues, and she realizes one of the horns is missing, and then he fucking takes the shotgun off her, and he's going to use it, and then the thing is, she goes to use it, and there's no ammo in it, and I fucking knew there was no ammo in there. She played him, she played it full, and then she quickly grabbed the golf club behind her, and then she just beat the shit out of him, and then the thing is, and then she hit his head like a golf ball. The one thing I wish they showed that part of her killing him, and not and then not transitioning straight to when she's playing golf. And then the thing is, you find out she survived. She wrote a best-selling book about how she survived the island, and how she got back to society. She had a film about her story. What a shock! No fucking surprise about that. And now she's gonna make a self-help book, and then she just says, "No one's coming." So the thing is, you need to think about yourself, and there's some truth. There's a big element of truth in that, and I do agree with that. Learn to look out for yourself. I understand that is a great lesson, and next thing you know, driving away, enjoying her spoils, singing one way or another, and she got her little bird right next to her, and then the film finishes, and I just want to say, if there's a sequel that ends up coming up to this. I was thinking about this the other day. The one thing it could be is, right, when she says she's going to write a self-help book, some other nut reads a self-help book, and is like, oh my gosh, she's my hero, because those sort of weirdos exist, right? And it doesn't have to be a similar situation, but the thing is, on where she's the sort of person where she works at a company, and she's like so downtrodden, and she gets like bullied, no one likes her, right? And then the thing is, they go somewhere, and then she ends up going, and then the person ends up being trapped on a place where they can be in their element and show what they're capable of doing. That's just my pitch on what I think a potential sequel for Send Help could be. But the thing is, at the same time, I also think this film doesn't need a sequel. This film doesn't need a sequel. It should be just a one and done. Oh, one more thing. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that he's going to be doing a Drag Me to Hell sequel. I don't know if this is true. Let me know in the comments. And he also said he's also working on a sequel to a brand new sequel to Darkman, which I'm glad about, because I'm glad that Sam Raimi is not doing Evil Dead films himself personally, not directing them. I'm glad that him and Bruce Campbell of vetting other horror directors, vetting them to make an Evil Dead film with their own ideas, but make it Evil Dead. I'm glad that they did it that way, because look how good Evil Dead Rise was. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and you can follow me on X, Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, and you could donate to me on PayPal as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.